Hey folks, it's time for our Wednesday edition of Living Soil and Worms. And this week we're talking about transitioning from summer gardens into fall gardens. That in-between season is one of the most overlooked times, but it's actually the bridge that sets your fall garden up for success. Let's look at how to phase out those summer crops while prepping for fall. You don't want to just rip everything out and leave the soil bare. Plants that are finishing up still have a role to play. They can give you one last harvest, or you can cut them down at the base and let the roots decompose right in the soil, feeding the next round of crops. That leads right into the next point. What do you do with all the spent plants? Instead of hauling them off, think of them as free compost or mulch. Chop them up and add them to your compost pile, or lay them right on top of your soil as a mulch layer. Either way, you're recycling nutrients and keeping the soil covered, which is what nature wants. If you find this type of stuff interesting or useful, do me a favor and share or join our community in the description for more tidbits of information. Now let's get back to it. Now as temperatures begin to shift, your watering schedule needs to shift too. In the summer, you're fighting heat and evaporation. But as days shorten and nights cool down, plants need less water. Overwatering in the fall is a common mistake, and it can stress roots or invite disease. Before you put in any fall crops, this is also the perfect time to feed your soil. Your summer plants have used up that soil, and the soil biology is looking for more food. Whether you're taking a season off or going full throttle into the next growing season, your soil needs food, and that comes from compost. Before you plant or let that garden rest, put down a layer of compost. Raised beds and containers really take a beating in summer, so fall is your chance to refresh them. Just add in some compost, loosen up those compacted spots, and top off with some mulch. It's kind of like giving your beds a tune-up before the busy growing season starts again. Another big step in starting another season is adding beneficial microbes. This is done through worm castings or extracts. These tiny helpers strengthen plant resilience, but they can only do that if there's enough of them in the soil. This is key for fall crops dealing with all that fluctuating weather and those shorter days. And finally, let's not forget about fall feeding. This isn't about dumping on fertilizer, but about building long-term soil health. Light, steady feeding with compost helps keep the soil food web fed and active all winter long, so your plants are primed for growth. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next week.